Good afternoon. I nearly said good morning. And welcome. It's lovely to see you all. I feel like that exhausted, satisfied feeling that you get after an amazing week. Um, this week I just started writing a post on my personal page actually, because I just feel like this week has been so profound. I have just been surrounded by the most amazing business owners. And I cannot tell you how incredible that has made me feel. It really has been such a joy this week. Yes, there's been up and downs, but oh my gosh, so much connection, so much realizations and amazing things like that. I'll go into more detail. I think I'm like kind of reeling a little bit, if I'm honest. I've just come back from meeting Deborah Richins, and just the conversation has been mind blowing. And yeah, I feel quite emotional, but in an absolutely amazing way. Apologies. So ending this incredible week on a high. I am so excited to welcome Janice to today's call. I'm going to invite her on it if I can. I'm going to work out how to do this. This is the problem. Oh, it doesn't say your name either to be able to do it. I used to be able to do like stream it with Zoom, and it was so much easier. I really hate the fact that now, oh, and it's saying can't find you, Janice. Janice, are you able to request to come on? I mean, you have to do it on your phone. Let's see if I can see requests. Let's go for audience. Okay. Janice, if you can request, that would be great. Because I can't find you at the moment. But yeah, so obviously it's the combination of this week's challenge, and we have been talking about the Accelerator, which is all about creating those high impact habits that are really going to save you the time in the long run. And I wanted to talk to Janice because she's actually jumped on the let me see if I can do it. I might be able to do it this way. She has actually jumped straight into the Accelerator, and not because she's impetuous, but actually because she sorry, trying to do two things at once. Yes, it says you're invited. But because she's worked with me for the last 2 months, actually, not that long. And she has, oh, I can see you up there. I wonder if I can get you that way. Ask Janet to join. Janice to join. Adding. Woo! Janice has been working with me in a slightly different way over the last here we go. Hello. Hello.
Morning. Oh, afternoon now. It's morning. I've only been up for about 45 minutes.
Oh, have you? Oh, I love that. Oh, I've been out. I've been out. I've had a lovely I had a cappuccino followed by a hot chocolate, and I've had a lovely morning. So the sun's shining.
Bouncing around at a gig in Southampton last night.
Oh, bless you. Oh, let me turn that off. Oh gosh. Right. So you're feeling a bit rough around the edges then, after jumping around.
Feeling my age, that's for sure. I've got no business being in a mosh pit. And yet there I was.
I love that. I love that so much. Thank you for joining me today, Janice, because I think it's really important for people to see what it's like to work for me and not just hear from me all the time. And I've asked you to come on, and you were so lovely when I asked you to come on here, because you were like, of course, I need to tell everybody. And I really appreciate that. So I was just saying, Janice has worked with me for the last 2 months, I think it is now. It's not that long, is it? Yeah. Maybe it might have gone into 3 months, but I don't think it's that long, really. And you basically just asked for some accountability originally.
Yep.
So we'd just catch up on a Monday and Friday, and that was it.
Yeah.
But things took off, didn't they, for you straight away?
first week we started doing it. Yeah, it was amazing. So the results were instant. And I was like, oh, I like this instant gratification. This works for me. And then I just built on the momentum of it. So yeah, it's been amazing. Just having that accountability makes all the difference. But it's really highlighted where I struggle. Yeah, so I'm still struggling with setting myself realistic tasks and prioritizing and time management and all that kind of stuff. You know, I am getting so much more done now, because if I tell you on a Monday I'm going to do it, by Friday I'm going to have it done, because that's inbuilt in me, that if you say you're going to do it to someone, then you do it. I need to find how I can be accountable to myself. So it's definitely, yeah, it's highlighted that for me.
And we can work on that, because that will happen as part of the accelerator anyway, which is really exciting, because we'll be like creating those habits where you won't actually think about accountability. I've just seen that Becky said hi, and so is Sarah Fry Jones. Hello, Bo.
Hello.
Sarah Fry Jones goes, hello, you two lovely ladies. Mutual respect here, mutual love. So yeah, and that's the thing. And one of the things that I want to say to people is that Janice literally jumped on straight while I was doing the live talking about the accelerator, said I'm in. And it's not because she's impetuous, because when she first came to me, she was very much right, I've got to pay off my debts, I can't invest, I've spent enough on investment, I need to now focus on what I need to get done. I know what I need to get done, I just need accountability. So that's what we agreed on. That's what she needed, that's what we did. But it's as a result of the accountability and things happening that when I launched the Master Your Money Mindset course, you were like, yes, please.
Yeah.
Again, weren't you?
Yeah, it just it was divine timing. That's what I would call it. It was exactly what I needed at that point. So I did your free one. There was a free bundle
Yep.
with Money Mindset, and I had amazing shifts within that. So when you launched the bigger, more in-depth one, I was like, absolutely need to do that. And again, with every lesson, the results were like instant. Like, I'm not saying everyone's going to get instant results, but for me, the results just were instant. The shift in mindset was unreal, and then the work just came flooding in. It's just like, and when I say instant, I'm talking like within a couple of hours. I did one of your the lessons, and then I did the EFT tapping, and then literally 2 hours later, a new venue to hold a group course just fell into my lap, you know. And if that's not welcoming abundance into your life, I don't know what is. So yeah, I was just like, this is amazing.
And this
What
is
else
where
can
I
this woman teach me?
and this is the thing, it's like it feels so magical, doesn't it? Because it does, and I don't want to say it's easy, but it does just reprogram your body, your mind, your soul to welcome in this, that opportunity might have occurred, but you might not have seen it because your body, your mind wasn't attuned to actually see it at that point. And that's what really brings it in, isn't it? Is the fact that we're reprogramming, rewiring your subconscious to support you on your journey.
Yeah, you're right. The opportunity still would have arisen, but I wouldn't have been ready to step into it. And I think that's the big difference. I am so ready to level up. I really am. And even like just before working with you, I wouldn't have said that. I'd have felt like, oh, am I being a big head? No, I'm ready. I am so ready to level up. I am ready for the clients. I am ready for the money to come in. I am ready to be bigger. I am ready to step out of my comfort zone, because actually it's starting to feel really comfortable. And that's because I've worked on my mindset. And that's exactly what that money course did. It just opened me up to knowing that actually I can have that. And there are no negative feelings around that at all. And that's such a revelation.
Mm.
So in order for me to step into that and to level up, I just need to get my habits into place and just sort it all out. And, you know, when you were talking about it on that live, I was like, did she design that just for me? That's so sweet of her. I'm all in. Don't even care how much it is. This is what I need.
I love that. I love that. And no, it wasn't intentional, but like if you want to think it is, then yes, absolutely. It was designed just for you.
But that's why the universe put me with you right now,
Yeah.
because the universe knew that this is what I needed in this order, and that's what you were doing. So,
And it has, and I think this is the thing. I know when people see courses like this, and maybe they've only just come across me, and they don't know me, you know, people have invested in courses before and they've not worked, because they don't always. And sometimes I know I've been caught out by some coaches. There's one in particular that I spent a lot of money on, and just didn't get anything. She just didn't deliver. She didn't even turn up to the bloody calls, so that didn't help. But she kept cancelling like 5 minutes before, and so, you know, people have been burnt, and I get that there's a lot of fear, and a lot of people will feel it's not going to work for me. But it's about being open, isn't it? And
yeah.
knowing that if you put the actions in, then it will happen.
Yeah, but see, that's the thing with you, though, is you don't teach just one method of doing something. You don't say, this is what you need to do, go and do it. You're like, okay, let's work out what you need. You do the work with the mindset. You open us up to kind of where we need to be, and, you know, being open to accepting that. And then you're like, okay, this is a technique that might work, or this might work, or this might work, and then we find our way with it. You're not saying this is what you need to do. And that's the difference. I think that's why I resonate so much with you, because you're not telling me what to do, you're just guiding me to find my own way, which is really powerful. And it's just working for me. So if people don't, you know, some people like to be told exactly what to do, but it doesn't work in the long run. So yeah, people need to just be open to finding their own way and just letting someone guide them.
And that is my deepest belief, actually, is that everybody is capable of an incredible business. It's just about opening them up. I don't believe I've got the answers. I believe you have all the answers that you need. It's just that they're hidden, and I have the key to unlock them for you. And that is what I really love to do, and find the right. And you're right, it's the way it's aligned with you, because when you align it to yourself, it becomes easier, doesn't it? You know yourself. You just had things feel like they happen,
Yeah.
and it's I have to say, everybody, I love getting Janice's messages on a Friday, even on a Monday, to be honest. She's always like, I've had an amazing week. This has happened. This has happened. I'm like, oh, wow. It is so incredible. But it's not been a smooth journey. You've had a couple of bumps, haven't you? I know I've had a Vox off you where you've had a particularly contentious
Yeah,
situation.
I had an issue with a client that I was just a bit like, oh, I need to just double check. Let me get on with Sam, and you confirmed that, you know, my thought process behind it was all right, and I've learned from that. So I think me previously, you know, I do try to always learn from these situations, but I would have really gone down a bit of a rabbit hole with that one, and having you there for the support stopped me from doing that. And then, you know, I had a client cancel on the day of her session, and I was just a bit like, okay, yeah, no, I get that you're not well, and I hope that you feel better soon. This is my cancellation policy, and this is what we're going to do. And I did it without hesitation, without apologizing. So in the past, I'd been like, oh, I'm really sorry, I'm sure you can understand. No, this is my cancellation policy, and this is what you need to do. And she rebooked in and cancelled. So she's like, in the message, she was like, but I know I need to still pay because of your cancellation policy. So now I've got a whole total new thing in place for her. I'm like, you can't book in advance. If you want a session, you book in on the day. If you know that you want to come, you book in, you pay, you come. You can't book in advance now. And she was like, but I might not be able to come when I want to come. And I'm like, then don't cancel your sessions. Now, before, I would never have done that, because I'm in that business where I'm helping people and I'm caring. I always kind of fell into that, but I still need to pay my bills. And yes, it is a caring session that I do, and I do look after my clients, and I walk with them on their healing journeys, but this is my business. And you wouldn't do that to a hairdresser, would you? You wouldn't, you know, expect a builder to be like, oh, don't worry, if you're not well, I won't come round. No, they wouldn't pay in, so you need to pay me as well, all with no guilt. I love it.
And it's true as well, because when we are healers, self-care, we coach on looking after us, we all talk about that oxygen mask, and yet we don't practice it ourselves. And you, in essence, have practiced it yourself, because you're right, we have to look after our business. If we don't look after our business, that cash flow, the way that people act with us, if we don't look after it, we can't help people.
Yeah.
It's not about this niceness of wanting to pay the bills. We need to pay the bills.
Yeah,
And so it's really important that we do put that first. And it's not at the detriment of other people. It's about mutual respect.
exactly. It's always about that exchange of energy, isn't it? Especially in the work that I do. And I've had the realization that okay, I've been in business for a long time, but I think I was just treating it as like a side hustle. And now I'm like, no, this is my business. This is what I do for a living. And this is how I'm approaching it. And yeah, it's shifted out in other ways as well. I invested in a platform, and I've been so resistant to that. I can't invest in that because I don't have enough clients. And I'm just like, oh my God, but I need to invest. So I did my research. I've invested in that, and setting it up has been an absolute nightmare. But I've done it. I've uploaded a whole course to it, and I feel so proud of myself. But there was one bit I was really struggling with, and off the back of the training that you did on Monday, I'm like, do you know what? No, I'm going to outsource it. So I've actually got someone else to do it for, which is Sarah, who's watching now. So Sarah's sorting that out for me, because that's what she does, and that's what she loves, and she's good at it. I don't need that stress in my life. Go on, Sarah.
Yeah, 100%. That is exactly what we should be doing. And you've given Sarah business, and the law of reciprocation. We give, it's not necessarily back from Sarah, but as we pass on, that's how money flows through life.
Yeah.
One of the things that happened with COVID was that everybody stopped spending, and so we had a crash. Same in 2008. The way they solved the 2008 crash was to print more money so that there was more money flow. If we hold on to our money and don't invest, and particularly in other businesses to help us, then we're withholding stuff from ourselves, but also the greater world. It's so important that we do have this flow of money, and understand that sometimes earning money is good out. And that brings me on to something that you said the other day, was that every time you invest you get rewarded.
Yeah.
And you have been, you get it almost immediately as well, don't you?
Yeah, I manifest really, really well, but that's because I take action. I'm not one of those woo-woo people that say just put it out to the universe and it comes.
Oh,
And
no.
you do put it out to the universe, but you have to do the work. You have to take
Yes.
aligned action. But yeah, every single time that I have invested in myself, I get a return, and I get a financial return. So yeah, it's a no-brainer, and I just have to keep reminding myself of that, because I fall out of the habit, and you get into that kind of, oh, I can't really afford to do that. No, I choose to spend my money on that. Where did I learn that from?
And if you remember from Monday, that was my top tip about money, about time.
It works.
Choose to spend my time.
Yep.
I choose to spend my money, and I choose to spend my time. It's so important, again, about that power, us making the decisions rather than thinking that it's something else. And again, the manifestation, you said, I'm not one of those that put it out to the universe and wait for it to happen. I take action. Yay, because we have the power to change it. There's that story, isn't there, where someone says there was a flood, and he sat on the top of his roof of his house, and a boat came along and said, jump in, I'll take you to land. And he said, no, it's all right, God will rescue me. And then a helicopter comes along and says, come on, we'll take you. And he said, no, God will rescue me. The flood water took him, got higher and took him out. He met God. I'm not saying this in a religious context, I'm saying it in a general context. And God said, well, he said, you didn't help me. He said, I sent a boat and a helicopter, and you didn't take either of them. I can't help you if you don't help yourself.
Yeah.
And that to me is, and I, whatever religion, I'm not saying that as a Christian, or anything like that. I'm a universe girl. But that's the thing, the universe sent those two things, if you want to put it like that. And they, if you don't take the action, it's not going to happen. And it's great sitting there saying, I want to achieve this, I want to achieve that. But if you're not doing the actions, it's not going to happen. And that's not what I want for anybody.
Yeah.
So, has anybody got any questions for Janice? Sarah, love it. I'm learning from this call because I also need to up my business game and stop treating it like a side hustle. Well then, Sarah, are you going to join Janice on the Accelerator? That is the question. You've got until Monday to join, and there's over £2,000 worth of bonuses. One of them's yours, mind. There's incredible bonuses. I mean, you get a sales audit from Lix. She is incredible. She's going to make sure that you're getting conversions all the time. There's a business bundle that you can get that's worth £1,000 from Naomi Rose. There is some incredible bonuses on there that it's not just from me. I'm throwing in my EFT and meditation because I want to make sure you've got those. You can rewire your mindset, particularly over Christmas, because I want us to get started in January. It looks incredible. Sarah, we need to talk. I'm sure Janice would love to have you along as well.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have somebody there that I already know. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoever comes along, you'll love it anyway, because there's always such a supportive network in all the courses that I do, and people go on to work together. And that's what I'm finding in business at the moment is that, you know, I know from the very first course I went on, not the very first, but the second course I went on, I think 3-4 people out of the group and became my clients afterwards. And I'm a client of some of them as well. So it's amazing how we can create this circular pattern with money going round. It's lovely. But Sarah, you and I need to talk. If nothing else, we need to get you stepping up and having this as a proper business. So are there any more questions for Janice? Janice, have you got anything else to say?
No, I just think that get off the fence, sign up. Like your business will boom, and your future self will thank you.
And yeah, and I make the commitment to you because I know that it's a big commitment.
Yeah.
It is a big financial commitment. It's scary. It's also a commitment to yourself and to your business. But I commit to you guys that I will do everything I can to make sure you get the best results from this.
Yeah.
I really do invest my time in that, and I want that to happen for you.
Yeah, I mean, even just with our accountability, it literally is supposed to be just accountability, but you've done some coaching within that. But we're in sync though.
Yeah.
Like you're like, have you thought about this? I really think you need to think about it. I'm like, oh, that's on my list this week. But you do that. You're very gentle with your pushing, but you definitely push people out of their comfort zone to take that action because you know it will benefit them and the business. So yeah, I love working with you. I really do. And I've been in your audience for such a long time and didn't dive into anything. And now I'm just like, yep, let's do it. Let's do it all.
You're like, give me here's my money. Take it. I'm there.
Isn't it funny because you launched was it the mastermind with Bryony?
Yeah.
And I did look at that and I was just like, I don't think that's quite for me, so I didn't sign up for that one. But actually I'm thinking maybe I'll do it later. But then this came along and I was like, yeah, absolutely, I knew that's for me. Sign me up, take my money now. I am all in. So yeah, you just know when it's right. So just take the finances out of it, because that investment, you're going to get it back, absolutely, with the changes you make to your business.
It's certainly my intention that you get everything back and more.
Yeah.
You know, I don't price my courses on you know, huge amounts. I price them knowing the transformation that I intend you to achieve. And if you look at some of my sums that I've put up in the last couple of days around on social media, you know, just to give you an idea, if you are earning about £1,000 a month right now, working 5 days a week, then I would be hoping that you would be earning 4K, you know, 2 to 4K by the end of our time together, right? I want you to double, if not quadruple, and I have got those results already. Katie is in the group. She has quadrupled. I think Teresa, she did 70% increase, which I think is, I can't remember how much that is. That's 1.5 times, I think. So it's like, you know, you can really do big numbers for doing this. No, 70%. Yeah, it's 1.5 times. Who else has doubled? And there's been a few people that have doubled their incomes. And it's not just on revenue. You know, I'll be looking at all of your numbers and looking at how we can do this and really working closely with you. And it, you know, I've got a title for each week. It's not going to be like Janice said, I don't go, right, this is what you need to do. There isn't training involved in this. This is pure coaching, this course, that we're going to really talk through and find the best way that works for you, because you can't create a habit that doesn't flow, that doesn't work for you. So I'm really excited. And do you know what? I made a real mistake of coming on here without the names of the people. I didn't do a check of who's been done everything and done that. So I apologize. I will go off and do that now, and I will announce the winners in a little while. So I apologize because I did promise that, but I went out this morning, kind of came back a bit, woo. I've had such an amazing week that it just feels like I'm on a bit of cloud at the moment, and I forgot to do that, so apologies. But yes, do let me know if you've got any questions. The you are able to join the, oh, I've just realized I'm really close to the camera. It doesn't look it on my phone, but I've just noticed there you can just be the face. The cart is open for the accelerator until Monday. So you can think about it over the weekend. You can get in touch with me if you've got any questions. I will not push you into it. I will only suggest what's right for you. If it is not right for you, then I can signpost you to other things and talk things through, or put in a plan in place so that you're ready for the next time I run this. So whatever it is, let me know and let me talk things through with you and find a way to help you, because that's what I'm all about.
I need to just say there that that's absolutely true, because when we spoke before, I was after something that you weren't really doing anymore, and the accountability didn't exist, and you kind of created that on the spot for me because that's what I needed. And when we spoke about the mastermind, you were like, it's not right for you now, Janice, so that's fine. And we did something else. You're not pushy at all, which I love, because I can't be dealing with pushy people. So yeah, don't be worried that if you're gonna speak to Sam and have questions that she's gonna really do the hard sell. She absolutely won't. So if you do have questions, just ask them, because she'll really answer them honestly. So yeah, that was really important to say.
Thank you. That's and that really means a lot to me. The one thing I will say is that I am sometimes pushy if I know that this is right for you. So you've not had it, so it's absolutely worked. But I can get pushy, but I will only do that if I absolutely, because I want to make sure that I help you and give you everything that you need. So there's times where I do get pushy, but know that there's a reason behind it. But yeah, absolutely. I'm very much on a mission to make sure that more business owners are successful in their business. I am not on a mission to just get the money and run. I am all about helping you, and the way that I can help more people is to get your testimonials as well. You know, this is the sort of thing I want to be doing with you guys, with every single one of you. I want to be sitting there celebrating your successes like Janice, because Janice, you've actually paid off some debt quicker than you thought as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I have. So I had like a couple of small debts, and then I've got a credit card that needs to go. And the small, so a couple of small ones. So I had this big plan of I'll do this by the end of the year, and I'll do that. All the small ones have gone now. I'm just working on the credit card, which is great, you know. And it was the car that cost me an awful lot of money that had to go on the credit card. But yeah, I'm just with doing the small course with you, I've increased my revenue every single week. My client bookings have increased. So I can't wait to see what I achieve with the accelerator. I'm just like, ooh, this is going to be so good. Bring it on.
Just over a week. It's going to be
It is.
amazing. I'm so excited. And it was funny. Yesterday I did Glitter and Goals with Charlie Day, and I sat there going, they're saying everything that I say. And I was like, oh, they're saying everything that I say. And there was even like we had a talk from someone who was an 8-figure business owner, and she told us that the secret to success is exactly what we'll be doing in week 1.
Oh, nice.
So I was like, well, I've got that covered. That's fine. So so that will be we'll be doing that in week 1, and then we can dissect it. And I'm not giving anything away necessarily, but it is about time audit. It's where are you spending your time? We're going to go into that in depth, but the difference being you can do that on your own. And Janice, if you want to start doing that, have a think about it, but we're really going to unpick it and really make a difference on this and see where the focus really needs to go to amplify your results. That's what the Accelerator is all about. So I will love and leave you. Thank you so much for your time, Janice. Especially after just getting up.
You're very rested now.
Love that. That's brilliant. And again, it's about working to your ways, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, that's great. All right. Well, have a wonderful weekend, and thank you everybody for joining us. It was fantastic to speak to you, Janice, and I can't wait to get started. All right. Take care.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.